So I have an older friend that recently got into crypto and they told me that they started using the dark web. And I said, really? How do you access it? And they said, well, I just click Control Shift N when I'm using Google Chrome and I'm on the dark web. That, ladies and gentlemen, is not the dark web. That is incognito mode in the Google Chrome browser. And what does it do? Well, when you're in incognito mode, a lot of people think that they could do whatever they want and their data is safe. No one can see their history or the sites they visited or the information they put in. But that's absolutely not the case. Actually, all of your activity is still able to be seen by your employer or school network administrator if you're using their network. It can be seen by the ISP most certainly. ISP stands for Internet Service Provider, and also the websites you visit. Remember, if you're interacting on someone's website and you're not reading the privacy policy and the terms of use, you don't know how they're using that information. For me personally, if you visit my website, I could still see you if you're in incognito mode. I could see you through Google Analytics. Now, the data will be anonymous, but for some sites, it may not be. So, why is it helpful? Why do people use incognito mode? Well, incognito mode goes ahead and takes your history, your browser cache, your cookies, and any information that you input into forms, including logging in. And when your session is over, it wipes it. It leaves no traces of it on your computer. To an extent, that's the simple answer. Now, if you want to make sure that's the case, you have to clear DNS cache, and I'll probably make a separate video on how to do that later. So I imagine there's a lot of adolescents watching this because they're using their parents' computers, or there's people that are searching for things that they don't want their wife or husband to see because they share a computer. So why else would this be helpful aside from just searching for naughty stuff or things you're not supposed to, being worried about it, and going ahead and using an incognito browser? Well, it's helpful because if you log into multiple accounts, you're sometimes not able to do so. But if you're logged in on regular Google Chrome and then you use an incognito browser, it'll actually let you log in to multiple accounts on one platform, like let's say Reddit or something like that, if you want to post from different accounts. Another thing is paywalls. Have you ever had this thing where you're reading an article and then if you go and click on another article, all of a sudden you get this ad pop up that you have to sign up for a certain amount of dollars if you want to keep using the service? And sometimes me as a web developer, when I'm using certain types of tools online, especially SEO tools, sometimes it only lets you do it once or twice and then it asks you to sign up. But if you use an incognito browser, you can just keep using it and it won't realize that it has to send you that image to go ahead and sign up. So you could get around some of the paywalls that aren't set up in a very complex manner. And so I guess all of this is to say, don't get in trouble by searching for ridiculous stuff or highly illegal stuff because you don't know how the government goes ahead and works with your ISP. You don't know when some sort of search warrants for certain search queries is going to come up. If you're using an incognito browser, you can't just search for whatever you want and not get some repercussions from that, especially if we're talking about ridiculously illegal stuff. So definitely be mindful of that and be mindful of the fact that all you're doing when you're searching for stuff, even if it's naughty stuff, is that it's not going to leave traces on your computer. However, if you went and downloaded something, especially if there's malware or spyware or something like that, incognito browser is not going to protect against that. It is not security software. It is basically just something that if you search for certain things, you don't have to go yourself and manually delete the searches from your search history. It'll go ahead and do that for you as soon as you X out of the window. So if you found this video to be helpful, let me know in the comments what type of tutorial you wish for me to make next. And if you're waiting for those stocks and crypto tutorials and just covering different financial instruments and stuff like that, I'll get back to it quite soon. But please remember, I run a daytime business. I'm a web developer and I'm fascinated about this stuff as well. And these are questions I get all the time. So I'm going to be putting out a little more content to do with this as well. I appreciate you guys. I love you guys. I'll see you all in the next video.